And welcome back, everyone, to Backpack Battles. Yes, we're back again, and this time we're going to be taking out the Reaper for a little spin. We will be starting with the Fly Agaric in the storage coffin. The Fly Agaric means that every 5 seconds we will inflict poison on our enemy, and poison deals 1 damage every 2 seconds per stack. And the storage coffin will mean that any item that activates within the storage coffin, whether that is partially or fully, will have a 25% chance of inflicting poison. So we'll have a little bit of a chance of inflicting 2 every time the Fly Agaric activates. But of course, we're not going to be just using Fly Agaric, or at least hopefully we won't. Now, we've got a sale on 2 different items here. Interesting. We have got the broom and we have also got the pan. Now, the pan has a special effect in that it will synergize with food. Deals +1 damage for each food around it. It also will synergize with the broom and turn into the shovel over here. We've seen the shovel in previous runs. On hit, there's a 40% chance to inflict stun, to inflict blindness, and when you enter the shop, you get a spare item. Now, there's a 35% chance to inflict blindness with the broom as it is. And if the opponent misses an attack, you gain +2 damage for the next attack. You know what? Considering they're both on sale, I'm just going to go ahead and buy both of them, and we're going to go ahead and allow them to become a shovel. I see no particular reason not to do that. Let's go ahead and look for some more things. We've got a little bit more food over here. Let's see if I can't make this a little bit better. There we go. The pan will have a couple of extra bonuses there, and then we'll turn into the shovel. We've got a little bit more money, but nowhere to actually put anything. I don't rate this as a starting play too greatly, but we do have a decent bit of damage out, but we just have no healing to speak of. So it's all going to come down to whether we can trigger poison on our enemy several times. We've got 2 there, so now they're taking 1 damage every 2 seconds. And we have actually managed to pull down their health quite quickly. That's not too bad, all things considered. Right, there we are. Now we've got the shovel. Now, the shovel doesn't synergize with anything else that we've got, sadly. So it's kind of a wasted item for now. Not forever, though, but for now. Right, we're going to go ahead and pop these in place, maybe. It would actually be better to do this because they all benefit from each other at that point. But let's have a look at what else we've got. We've got a banana down there. Very nice indeed. Now, the blueberries have got maximum synergy, which is always good. We have got the hammer as well over here, but it's got a stamina cost of 1.5. Right now, we're only using up 0.7 stamina a second, but 1.5 is an awful lot. But there is a 50% chance to stun your opponent for half a second whenever you hit. I don't think that's the direction that we're going to be going in, I'm afraid. Instead, we'll just pick up the healing herbs, give ourselves a little bit of healing. I don't know if start of battle activations have the chance of triggering poison. That's going to be an interesting one to find out. But let's go ahead and jump into the battle. We've now got a more focused weapon, but only one. But a lot more food there. I think that may have actually triggered. Yeah, it did. We managed to get the poison over there thanks to that. Okay, learn something new every day. Right, we are starting to stack up the blindness and indeed the poison. Blindness is pulling down the accuracy of our opponent's weapons, which is nice. But you do need blindness to stack much, much faster to really have a significant effect. We've managed to pull it down to 75% on the pan there. Okay, not too bad for a second round. Right, we've got the deck of cards. We do have the tarot card available to us if we really want to go that direction. I quite like tarot builds, I'm not going to lie. But they take up an enormous amount of space. And there's lots of other things that we can do. I've done a tarot build previously, so I'm not super focused on getting a new tarot build this time. I think I want to try and check something else out this time. But with this leather bag, that gives us a little bit of extra protection, so we can reduce physical damage coming our way. At least I believe so. On attacked melee, yeah, it's melee damage specifically. 35% chance to prevent 4 damage. Does that mean that range damage would not be stopped by the shield? Oh, that's very interesting. I hadn't really considered that, but I guess that is what it would mean. They are speeding up, but they're already out of stamina on their 2 weapons. They started with a lot more health than us, and they are now below our health. We are managing to get a couple of blinds in there, but not a huge amount. They're currently losing 4 health per second due to poison. There we go. Not a bad little start there. 3 wins in pocket. And we got ourselves a spare garlic. How lovely. Now, Goobert would not be a bad play with our current setup, if I'm honest. I think I quite like the idea of having Goobert in there. But I don't know that we can easily get Goobert into the design as it stands. We're just more or less reserving Goobert for now. Right, the flute is available to us. Randomly gain 14 block or 2 stamina or 2 luck every 5 seconds. And it triggers 10% faster for each starred item in front of it. That's an interesting play. This could be a way of generating some block for us if we really wanted to. Sure, we'll pick that up. I'm not really sure about this, but it's on sale, so I can basically use it as a money bank for now, as I've mentioned. Items on sale, you can sell them back effectively at cost. So we bought it at the same price that the shopkeep will buy it back for. So it's a nice way of just, you know, doing a bit of an experiment. If you're not sure that you're going to be able to make it work in your build, but it's on sale, you lose nothing by picking it up. At least if you weren't going to buy something else on the screen instead. But looks like we're doing okay here. We've got a little bit of protection thanks to the garlic, popping that up every now and then. We've also placed more poison on them as we have more individual items overlapping the coffin. But they managed to use their healing tonic already. It looks like they're going to make a strong healing potion there. Hopefully that will better serve them in the future. But at this stage, well, actually they've managed to avoid the worst of the poison. Ooh, that was really close towards the end. The fatigue damages, it really does sneak up on you. Really sneaks up on you. Okay, so how do we want to manage this? Ultimately, I think we want Goobert to be over here. There we go. I wouldn't mind going for a poison Goobert, if I'm perfectly honest. If we could make that happen, that would be grand. I wouldn't mind picking this up and just popping it into something as well. We've also got healing herbs. I don't care for this, and we dug that up, so it doesn't really hurt us. Healing herbs, a little bit of extra regeneration right at the beginning. Sure. I'm not against that. How often does that trigger? That's every 5 seconds, every 4, every 3. Is there anything better? No, not really, I wouldn't say. I think this is a fairly decent little setup that we've got going on right now. It is possible that if we wanted to... Well, I guess I could finagle this. Maybe. We would need... I would need to have this overlap, though, which is the problem there. I don't think that would work for me right now, sadly. Is there any way I could make this work? Actually, yes, I think there is. So let's move all of this across. There we go. Pop that on that side. We could have the shield over here. Now again, the thing with the shield is that it's only going to activate if someone attacks me physically in melee. So it's a bit of a gamble on that one. But still, I think that's better than the 3.5 seconds on the blueberries, because any weapon they have is probably going to trigger more often than every 3.5 seconds. So there we go. That should start rising Goobert's charges so that they can get a bit of healing in there. You've gone for Burning Swords. 60% chance to gain heat once 5 has been gained. This and the starred weapon gain +1 damage. I guess that's over time. It's a shame that Goobert... Well, I guess this Goobert wouldn't be a weapon type Goobert, so it wouldn't really help anyway. But I imagine with 2 of these as Burning Swords, which I assume they're going for, they would start feeding into each other very, very aggressively. But I think this one's in the bag. I don't think there's much that they're going to be able to do to stop us from winning this one. And I need to not let my tea go cold, my lord. Right, so, ooh, there we go, fanny pack. Perfect. And we dug up a chipped amethyst, of all things. I like it. We're going to pop that in there. The chipped amethyst is going to reduce our enemy's ability to heal, which I'm a big, big fan of, as you might know. Alright, let's pop these down. I am much happier with this now. Let's shimmy these around a little bit. There we go. There we go. Let's pop that one down there. There we are. Now, I wouldn't mind getting that over here if we could. but how would I set that up though? No, there's really nowhere else I could put it, sadly. I don't think we can manage to get that within range of some... Unless, actually, saying that, what we can do is this. We can drag this over there and pop this down. There we go. We'll get a spiked shield, which I think is a fair upgrade for us. Now, is there anything that we might be able to grab here? No. There is the Death Scythe. Now, if I'm going for a poison build, the Death Scythe is a really good item to pick up, because any of the starred items, so the 6 items within the kind of crook of the scythe itself, will inflict 100% more poison. So having that overlapping any item that might trigger in here would be huge. Also, getting some poison on Goobert. Also, if we went with that one, we might want to go for the Pandemonium, as that means that any food that activates inflicts poison. But the interesting thing with Pandemonium is that it's the pan that causes the poison, not the food item. So it's the pan is the only thing that you need to be within the Death Scythe's reach. Ooh, that's a really tempting one, but we've passed up a Dark Crystal as well already. That's a bit of a shame, but I'm not sure that we're going for a poison build this time. I mean, we have that anyway, so it's a possibility, certainly a possibility. I could drop that in order to make some extra cash for it as well. Let's get rid of this. There we go. Right, let's go ahead and roll the dice. Next turn, we might have enough to grab that. We'll see. The Death Scythe is also, of course, the Reaper's iconic weapon. We've got equal amounts of blind and poison being applied, but I have the greater regeneration. They have more luck, though. Okay, this is going to be an interesting one. Also, I only have a single weapon, whereas they have got 2. They are going with a Tarot deck, and we've both got Gooberts, but theirs is about to evolve into a Poison Goobert, so I would say that they've probably got the better setup right now, save for the fact that my shovel can randomly find some very, very nice things in the shop, so it does give you some flexibility with your build. Right, there we go. Looks like we're going to be very comfortably winning that one. Right, there we are. Marvellous, and we've got another gem. I would very much approve, and I would kind of like to get rid of the coal, frankly. The coal is the less important one here. Now, picking up the Death Scythe. It is very, very tempting, but it needs an enormous amount of room to set up. You need a shocking amount of space to make this work. Still, I think that's what we're going for. It's going to require a fairly extensive rejig of all of our items in here, though, because ultimately I would want the Death Scythe to be reflecting all of the items in the coffin here. So, how are we going to make this work for us? I could, I guess, pop this up there, get you in position. There we are. Ultimately, I would want this to be being triggered with triggering the Death Scythe, rather than this. Is there a version of this that we can make that work for? Actually, it's only triggering a single thing. Oh, interesting. So the Death Scythe does not, in fact, impact poison that's generated by the coffin. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That was my misunderstanding of the way it worked. Right, okay, well that was a lot of cash to spend on something that is not going to be that useful for us then. That is a bit of a shame. Alright. Still, we'll do what we can. Yeah, we'll leave that over there. Pop this up. There we go. Alright, that was a bit of a blow. That was a bit of a blow. But it's not the worst thing, certainly. We are going to need to look for other items, though. But I'll keep this here for now. We'll see. There is still a possibility of us getting Pandemonium, but we've already used up one pan and passed on a few, one other pan and a corrupt crystal, so it's less likely as time goes on. They're going for a hero longsword, I believe. I very rarely get that. Very, very rarely. It's interesting how the ranger, I see sporting melee weapons more often than I see the berserker with them. But looks like our opponents are, well, they're doing reasonably well. I think this is just going to come down to a contest of strength, honestly, and we're not stacking the poison nearly fast enough for this to be able to carry us through. No, I think this is going to be a loss. I'm not even going to put that down to the death side blunder. Right, okay. So we've got some sand. I guess I'll keep it there for now. Got Alchemist, Witch, Vampirus, Hexblade, and Venomancer. The Hexblade triggers extra attack, inflicts 2 random debuffs. This and any starred items have a +1 accuracy and a +1 critical hit chance per debuff on your opponent. The Vampirus gain 2 vampirism, and starred weapons steal 20% life. Your healing is amplified by 25%, and your poison steals life through vampirism. Interesting. Very, very interesting. The Witch, I think we've actually done that one before. The Witch over here, every 3 seconds inflicts fatigue damage, and on debuff, there's a 35% chance to inflict the same debuff on your opponent. And when health drops below 50%, starred items trigger 100% faster for 8 seconds once. Plushies are offered in the shop. I think we may be considering that one. We've also got the Cauldron over here. Every 5 seconds, heal for 10 or gain 3 mana or 2 heat. Triggers 50% fast for each food or potion in the starred areas. Shop entered, upgrade an adjacent potion. Possible. And then finally the Venomancer. 5% chance for each luck to protect from receiving poison on your opponent. To protect poison on your opponent from being cleansed. At the start of battle, gain 4 luck and 30 maximum health for each pet. Every 2 seconds inflicts poison. I think it has to be the Witch. I think the Witch is far too interesting of an idea for us. So, Mr. Struggles. Every 3 seconds inflicts fatigue damage. So it's the sudden death damage that we get at the end. On debuff, there's a 35% chance to inflict the same debuff on our opponent. And when health drops below 50%, items trigger 100% faster for 8 seconds, but only once. So, I guess something like that would do. Yeah, we'll have that there. That'll trigger the garlic and it'll trigger our shovel a little bit faster. We have a sale on a banana over here, which might not be a terrible choice, all things said and done. I might pick that up and just see if we can't get ourselves a better bag as well. We've got the Demonic Flask here. Opponent drops below 50% health. This will be consumed and deal 0.35 damage for every debuff on our opponent at the time. Okay, we've got an extra backpack here. We can pop this in position there. Shimmy that around a little bit. Maybe move that over yonder. I would like another piece of food if I could get one. We can. Whether we want it or not is another matter entirely. I think we're going to pick up the customer card though. And the reason for going with the customer card is that it's going to allow us to reroll a bit better in the upcoming shops. I could do another reroll now if I really wanted to get rid of this. I don't think we're going for the poison build. There was a loss of 7 gold, and it does hurt, but it's not the worst. Ooh, Mrs. Struggles. Every 4 seconds, remove 1 buff of each type from your opponent. Well, well, well. I think I like this. Yes, Mrs. Struggles, you may come join us. Now, can I get Mr. Struggles to cause Mrs. Struggles to trigger more often? I'm certain we can. Mr. Struggles triggers every 3 seconds, so how about popping you there? There we go. Now, my food isn't really in the best position anymore, but that's just going to be something we have to live with. I can do something like that. That works out. Do I want the extra garlic? No, I don't think so. I really wouldn't mind getting an extra fly of garlic, though. Yes. And these... Oh. What else you Oh, you're linking with the pestilence flask over there. Okay. Right, we're going to keep this because they're both going to be consumed into the goobert, and then we're going to need to move that in. But that is going to tank our healing capacity. So that's something we need to be prepared for. But right now, Mrs. Struggles will... if our health drops below 50, will cause Mrs. Struggles to trigger 100% faster for 8 seconds. And Mrs. Struggles is already going to be triggering a little bit faster besides. It would actually be better if I could get Mrs. Struggles in here, honestly. If I could manage that, I would prefer it. And given that, since we're not really making use of mana right now, I may as well pop that down. Okay, I think this is a little bit better. There's no point in having Mrs. Struggles being triggered faster. I think the banana, the healing, and our attacks are a little bit more useful. Ultimately, something like this works quite well. There we go. All right, let's get into the next fight. We'll see how this goes. We're down to 0 coins there, sadly. I wonder what other plushies exist. I think it's quite cute that we've got Mr. Struggles and Mrs. Struggles. You're activating every 3.64 seconds. You're activating every 3. When they've only got 1 in these buffs, yeah, we just cleared out those buffs. That's actually quite nasty. I like it. I like it a lot. That's marvellous. Now, the fatigue damage being popped up is the purple damage there. Okay, this is actually very, very nice. Mr. Struggles is stealing those... Well, not stealing the buffs, that's what the squirrel does. But we are ridding them of their buffs very nicely there. Wonderful work there from Mrs. Struggles. And there we go. We've got Poison Goobert. Every 5 activations, cleanses 2 poison off us and inflicts 4 poison. That will do. That will do nicely, in fact. All right, let's move these around because I'm going to want some more stuff. Oh, really? Again? Do I want a second Goobert? We could go with a double Goobert, I guess. I'm not 100% certain that it would be that useful for me here, but we could definitely do it. Or we could just re-roll and see what else we can find. Don't need stamina. We're actually doing really well for stamina. And so I'd prefer a different sort of backpack if I could find one. Let's keep going. Oh, there we go. We've got a new plushie. Miss Fortune. Every 3 seconds uses 1 luck to gain 2 buffs of the type of which you have the most. Ooh. You don't really generate luck, though. We don't generate luck. Is there anything that we have that would give us luck? I don't think so. But I kind of want to pick it up just because. We're not going to, but I really want to. We'll pop this over there. I think we're going to move these around like so. Miss Struggles is now going to trigger a lot faster. That being said, we could probably get a couple of these bags to trigger on Poison Goobert nicely. As long as we have everything in the right position. So yeah, let me see if I can do that. Okay, I think that will work out a little bit better. We're now giving maximal speed up to the shovel there, and it's still going to be affecting Poison Goobert as well. I am going to reserve Miss Fortune. I will buy Miss Fortune as soon as we can, but there's no point in me grabbing Miss Fortune just yet. I don't think there's enough value in that for me as it stands. That being said, is there a way for me to get... yeah, there is, actually. We can pop these around just so that I'm maximizing the amount of activations the coffin will have. And should my health drop too low, then the bananas are the ones that are going to be activating the fastest, which is going to be giving us healing, which is actually quite nice. All right, let's jump into the next fight. We will grab Miss Fortune on the next round and hopefully find something which will give us luck. Not sure what that something is going to be, but we can always hold out hope that we can find it. It might be Wolpertinger, ultimately, thinking about it. Wolpertinger seems to be the way that we generate most of those kind of random types of bonuses. Are we going to be able to win this? Yes, we are. Marvelous. Now, I don't know if our fatigue damage is scaling. The way that fatigue usually works is it gradually gets higher the longer that fatigue is being generated. If that is still the case here, then that is far more powerful than we have any right for it to be, because by the time that the sudden death shows up, assuming that it continues the timer, then they're going to be getting really ramping fatigue. It'll start at 1, then 2, then 3, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. Now, at this point, I don't think we want this, do we? Actually, it gives us luck. So yes, this is exactly what we want. And how often does it trigger? Every 5 seconds. We pop that up here. Yes. Okay. We are definitely doing that. Right, we're going to move some other odds and sods around. You can continue buffing the banana over there. We will get... where can I place you? Kind of want you a little bit different. Actually, let's go for the... Yeah, we'll go with the pineapple there. I would still like the banana in that position, but oh well. I guess we're not doing that one for now. Right, we desperately need an extra bag at this point. We've got another Miss Struggles. I 100% would definitely bring Miss Struggles along again. Do they get any kind of bonus from being next to each other? Such a shame that they don't, because that would be so useful. Now, how often are we going to be doing this? Every 5 seconds, we'll either get 14 block or 2. Having this up there doesn't really benefit me too much, but we'll pop it there anyway. There we go. That will be how we're going to set this up for now. I think that's about everything we can do. Sure. Right, we'll grab a second Miss Struggles shortly. Should I reserve that? No, I don't think so. Right, how fast do you trigger? Every 2.94 seconds. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. I like that. We've already got some luck there. There we go. Using that to gain more and more regeneration right now, since that seems to be the main thing that we've got. Though, at this point, it's going to start switching over to spikes. I'm A-okay with this, especially against a Berserker. Alright, not too bad. Not too bad at all, actually. Ah, finally, some more poison. Okay, we can get rid of that. Don't need it. Grabbing this wouldn't be an awful pick. Especially because I could then pop the second Miss Struggles over there. Alright, this is actually starting to look very, very tasty. We still need more room in here. Actually, I'm going to pop this down there for some extra poison potential. We need a lot more backpack space. Really, another Miss Struggles. How many buffs are we going to take away from our opponents? At this rate, every 4 seconds, we strip every single buff by 2. Is there any reason to have 3 Miss Struggles? I mean, it would allow us to really, really shorten the amount of buffs that an opponent has. But is there ever really going to be that many? One would hope not. And yet, I am so inclined to try. So desperately inclined to try. I'm going to pop that in position. What will you upgrade? There we go. You'll upgrade that. Alright, we're going to reserve another Miss Struggles. I can't believe we're doing this. But alright. We'll see how it goes. Right, let's get into the fight again and see what we're able to do. We need to maximize the flute, I think. Get a couple more items being affected by it. They need to be individual items. We can definitely maximize for that, I think. It'll take a little bit more of a focused reshuffle, but I think we can do it. I'm not sold on the possibility of surviving this, especially with the presence of a Phoenix. They would have a revive in... How many Miss Struggles are we going to have? This is madness. We've got a pet there, but I don't think we're going to go for it. I think we just, at this point, desperately need more bags. There we go. That's another bag, at least. Let's pop you about there. Sure, and then shimmy Miss Struggles into position. There we are. And that will do. Are we going to be able to get another something? No, but we have got the pan. Alright. I think we have to reserve the stamina sack at this point. But give me a moment. I need to reshuffle this. I want to try and maximize for the flute, so the flute is triggering especially quickly. Okay, I think I should be able to get the stamina sack. We can just pop that in here somewhere. That will allow us to get the activation on our shield. Do I want it to be Poison Goobit though? Again, I'm not sure that is the right play. Instead, we can just kind of tuck it down here somewhere, I think. That should work nicely for us, and we can pop a banana up there and get you in there as well. There we go. Looking pretty nice at this point. Alright, so the flute has now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 activations. We are, well, actually it would be better if this was, if you were activating something other than the shield. Is that a possibility for us? I still want it to be the banana, but, well, you know what, that's just going to have to be what it is for now. I wouldn't mind picking up another pineapple just because they're so good for giving us spikes and healing. I'll reserve it for the time being. This is turning into much more of a food run than I was expecting, considering, but oh well. We've now got 3 Mrs. Struggles plushies, 1 Misfortune, and 1 Mr. Struggles. I don't know if there are any other plushies to come. Are there any plushie recipes? Doesn't look like, unfortunately. Doesn't look like we can merge those together. Oh well, that's fine. Right, well, let's get into the next fight and see how this goes. Now with the flute activating significantly faster, and we'll see exactly how much faster. I disliked him there. Every 2.5 seconds and every 1.85 seconds for the shovel. So we should be seeing Poison Goobit activating quite frequently. They've got a lot of luck there. I very much want to strip those down. I don't want them keeping any of those buffs. Let's just keep them from gaining anything too aggressive, shall we? Now, which one are we going to upgrade? Are we going to upgrade mana, or are we going to upgrade regeneration? Oh no, we're upgrading mana. That's not what we need. Well, I guess it'll start tweaking in some extra luck for us. No, it looks like we actually cause separate instances of fatigue damage. Okay, well, that's not too bad, but they both level up at the same rate, it seems. Alright, well, let's go for a survival round. We're doing okay so far. We'll get rid of that immediately. Don't want it. Ooh, we've got the fanfare. Randomly gain 1 empowerment or 3 mana and remove 2 mana from the opponent, or remove 1 stamina from the opponent. Triggers 10% faster for each starred item. And I believe it's got a very similar setup to the flute. Not really something that we need for our build, I'm going to be honest with you. Let's grab this and see if we can't find... Ah, there's Wolpertinger. Can I send that back to you immediately? Damn it! Well, no, we're going to just reserve Wolpertinger then, in that case. Also, I think we're going to buy that in exchange. I think that's a better use for us. As for the potion belt, we could pick that up right now, actually. And that would be a solid option. There we go, we can pop that back in there. And sure, we can have that lay across there. There we go, got a little bit more activation happening now. Very much approve. We're probably still going to need a lot more in terms of actual spare room for us to be able to set up Wolpertinger, but I think Wolpertinger is going to be important to this build. Wolpertinger is just generally amazing, I think. We haven't got a pet-specific build, but... Ooh, you're building the double axe there. And you've also got a magic staff. Interesting. Alright, let's see how this goes. It seems that... kind of at a stalemate at the moment. Well, no, that being said, we've pulled down their health significantly. They just can't build their buffs. We're denying them their buffs so aggressively. We had 28 spikes in the end. That was wild, and 47 poison on them too. Okay, well, let's have a quick look at that. This is the first time that we've looked into this. Poison did 266 points of damage. Fatigue did 172. and then spikes did 88. Okay, well that wasn't too bad at all. I'm not sure that we can take credit for having a good build there. I think that's just that they didn't have a good build. Let's grab one Tinger, and sure, we'll sell that off. It's not going to give us too much to play with, but it'll give us something to play with. We could pick up another protective purse, get a little bit of extra protection early on. We could also put Wolpertinger there. Ooh, that is definitely a thing we can do. It does mean that we have to forego the pineapple for now until we get another one. But I'm okay with this. It's a shame that our dolls don't actually count as pets. That would have been amazing. But oh well, that's fine. Alright, so we've got to have some random buffs starting to stack up, and it's going to give us the ones that we have the least of. So these in combination should mean that we're balancing things out quite well. And since we're actively consuming luck, that will probably more often than not be the thing we have the least of. This is going to be an interesting one. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the next fight. See how we can go. Ooh, you've got a lot of dragons. The Sapphire Whelp there, Obsidian Dragon, the Emerald Whelp. Okay. You got the Dragon Nest. I love the idea of the Dragon Nest being just a blanket with plushies on it. Is that why they're attacking my plushies? How dare! Sapphire Whelp uses 2 mana to gain 5 block. I need to actually have a look at that, but that was brutal. And a random other buff. The Emerald Whelp, start a battle, gain 3 luck, and on hit, inflict 3 poison. Yeah, we had 16 towards the end. Okay, that's a little bit brutal. We managed to strip away a lot of their buffs, but yeah, that was still quite nasty. If they'd gone up to 15 heat, they would have the Obsidian Dragon would have gained 3 damage and triggered an extra attack. I'm not sure that it did though, because usually it would mark them as having green text if the damage had increased. So we probably kept them from gaining that much heat the entire time. Still, there wasn't much that we could do to stop that one, sad to say. We've got another Misfortune. We've got another Wolpertinger as well. Okay, you're giving us some difficult choices. Do we want a second Misfortune? Sure, we may as well, I guess. Alright, let's pop this down here. At this point, we'll have Misfortune go in there. Pop you in position. There we are. Very, very nice indeed. Okay, not too bad, all things told. There are lots of other things that we probably could do with this build, but really another Misfortune? There's no way. There's absolutely no use for another Misfortune on top of that. Also, I should have really had that in position rather than doing the other way. Alright. We will reserve this, and I will purchase... Yeah, I'll purchase this, and we'll pop that back in, but we're going to reserve the pineapple because it's on sale. That is a very nice sale. Oh, another flute as well. I don't think so. I don't think that would actually benefit us right now. But the pineapple definitely will. Alright, let's get back into the fight. We'll see if we're generating enough luck to make use of double Misfortunes. I'm not sure that we're going to be, but we will see. Yeah, we didn't get luck the first time round. There we go. We got 1 luck, 3 luck. Okay, so we're going to use a lot of that up. We've already stacked up our spikes now. And odds are that's the thing that we're going to continue to stack up. But that's fine. We are getting low on health, though, unfortunately. They've managed to stack a lot of poison on us. I'm not sure which way this is going to go, honestly. It could go either way. Ah, no, they got us in the end. Let's have a quick gander of what went down there. We got 41 damage from poison, ultimately. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Because we survived 3 more rounds. Technically, I think we can still basically win no matter what happens. I'm not 100% on that, though. Let's get you in position, and we are going to re-roll. We desperately need more space. There we go. Sure, I guess we can put that up there. They're not going to give me a direct benefit, but this is fine. And do we have anything else? We've got poison. Don't really want that. We could possibly... No, I can't really see an easy way of making the use out of this, but still, it gives us a little bit of block at the beginning, but that's not really what we're looking for right now. See what else we might be able to roll. There's the Jinx. It will give us start items trigger 5% faster up to 40%. It's got a little bit of an odd shape to it, but we could definitely make that happen. I think we'll reserve that one. Okay. We'll see. We'll have to buy it and also buy a backpack, but this should be fine. We really don't have the weapons that we should have had. The fact that we are constantly in stamina positive is just crazy. A Rainbow Goobert in the wild. Rainbow Goobert Mega Sludge Alpha Puddle. Wow. Let's just pause this for a second. I so rarely see these. 6 starred item activations, heal for 20, gain 20 block, 2 vampirism, 2 empowerment, inflict 4 blind, and give all starred weapons plus 4 damage. I feel that we may be up against quite a significant opponent with this one. I'm not sure there's anything we're going to be able to do to stop this. And they're also stealing my buffs. They're actively stealing my buffs as well, whereas I'm just nixing theirs. Well played. That is an incredibly hard thing to do. You managed to get lots of different because you have to have the evolved Gooberts merged to be able to create that. But the only thing helping us right now is the fact that we've got so much blind on you. But even still, I don't think the pets are subject to accuracy. No, I don't think... Yeah, I don't think the pets were subject to accuracy at all. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, you couldn't hit me with your weapon at all. But it didn't matter. Your pets were doing the damage. Well played. Very well played. Let's have a look right down the bottom. We'll see what damage was output. Oh, actually, Excalibur did do a decent amount. Probably early on, though. And then it was just loads of damage from the various pets. Oops, sorry. I didn't even realize that was a thing you could do. My lord. Right. So, we could get you maybe up top. Let's have a gander. If we popped you over here, there aren't that many activations there. Whereas having you down here would probably serve me the best. So let's do that. Let's get you in position. I don't think there's... Well, there's... Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is there really anywhere better? No, I think that's going to be it. Okay. I'll pop that one in there then. It does nix a pineapple though. Unless we do this. Which is actually okay with me. We can also move that down. Yeah, okay, that works out. That will also affect the flute as well, which will be particularly nice. Wolpertinger will also be affected. I like it. Alright, what else we got? Another Wolpertinger. Just all of the Wolpertingers all of the time. I could reserve Wolpertinger and see what we can do. Sure. Let's have a look at how that goes. I think as long as we get to the end of the second round, even if with a loss, we will have been counted to have survived. I'm really not sure about it, though. I don't recall. So we need one win to guarantee it. Seeing plushies on yours as well. You only really have one plush, though. Interesting. But you're doing damage to me, and I'm just not getting through your damage, sadly. Which is exceedingly upsetting. We are getting through that... Oh, there we go. The block is finally gone. We have to hope that we can absolutely demolish your health moving forward. And it has to be quick. You aren't doing much damage to me physically, so no, I don't think we're going to make it. With 32 spikes, it would have been grand, but alas, no. Let's have a look at how fast that was activating towards the end. This every 1.44, this every 2.2. The Wolpertinger was activating every 1.98. Yeah, the plushies are just not working as well as I would have hoped. Right, let's grab Wolpertinger. Let's sell this. do we have a way of making a second Wolpertinger happen? It's a possibility. Doing something like this. But then I need to find somewhere for Mr. Struggles to go. Which is a bit less convenient. I could pop you there, get Mrs. Struggles over there as well. Alright, it's not the best, but I think we can make this work. Especially because the pineapple really wasn't giving us that much of a bonus, considering it was right next to another pineapple. Alright, we'll get rid of that. One of the big problems that we're having is I've got so many sources of spikes. The spikes take over. It's not really what we need right now. An extra pouch here would go quite nicely. There we are. Is there anything else? This is the last round, so I should pretty much pick up whatever I can. This would give me nothing. Well, it would give me luck at the beginning of the battle. You know what? Sure. No reason not to. There we go. And I can sell this as well. And now I can grab Ace of Spades. Not that it would help. This is just going to give us a little bit of extra luck so that our misfortunes can kick in a little bit earlier. Let's see if there's anything else. No, there's nothing. Alright. Well, let's see how it goes. It's all down to this. Either way, given how many rounds we've survived, I think we should be okay by and large. Ooh, you've got the Blood Harvester. It's a unique vampiric weapon. Very nice indeed. Okay, let's have a watch of how this goes now. Each of these is activating quite quickly, which I'm very happy to see. We might be able to make it through this one. We are robbing them of pretty much all of their buffs there. They are primarily a melee build, so they're coming cropper of our spikes. They are slowing us down, though. That is a problem. That being said, they've got 5 slow down as well, so it's not terrible. And we're speeding up a little bit. Okay, yeah, we've definitely got this one in hand. Thanks largely, I think, to the second Wolpertinger. And I guess the Misfortune as well. The Misfortune stealing their buffs, that's actually quite nice. Up to 12 fatigue damage each pop. There we go. Alright, we managed to win. I wasn't certain that we were going to do it with one try left. Okay, not too terribly bad. Could have done a little bit better, I think. That was a very messy build there, but we're playing around with something that I was very unfamiliar with, and I actually enjoyed doing it for that reason alone. I hope you enjoyed watching it, but that is going to be the end of this episode. Do let me know what you thought about our build, anything you might have changed, but that is going to be it for us for now. So until next time, and as always, do take care, everyone. And remember, our Wolpertinger great.